While the pirates were surrendering, something strange happened on the Queen's damaged ship. Its communication system suddenly came alive, showing a hologram of the Galactic Queen herself. But instead of looking scared or thankful, she was smiling in an unusual way. "Well done, Captain Chen," the Queen said, her voice calm and clear. "You've passed the first test." The council chamber erupted in confusion. Admiral Zach Seven's forearms dropped to his sides in shock. "Test?" he stammered. "What test?" The Queen's hologram grew larger, filling the chamber with shimmering light. "For 1,000 years, I've watched advanced civilizations join our Galactic Council, each one prouder than the last, each one more convinced that their technology made them superior." She turned to look at the human ships, still holding the pirates in their energy net. "But I've been waiting for something different. A species that remembers its roots. A people who understand that moving forward doesn't mean forgetting what you learned in the past." Captain Chen's voice came over the speaker, confused but respectful. "Your Majesty, are you saying the pirate attack was planned?" The Queen laughed softly. "The pirates are real, Captain. Their attack was real. But I chose this moment, this place, because I knew every advanced race would be too proud to help. I knew they would think themselves too important to risk their ships." She paused, looking directly at the council members. "But humans still remember being small. They remember when they had to be clever instead of advanced, when they had to use their minds instead of their machines." The pirates, still trapped in the human energy net, started laughing too. Their leader's voice boomed again, but this time it was different. "We serve the Queen," he announced. "We play the role she needs, testing each new race that joins the council. None have passed like this before." Sarah Chen and her crew sat in stunned silence. Their foolish rescue mission had been more than just a battle. It was a test of character, of wisdom, of remembering where you came from. The Queen's hologram moved closer to the human ships. "Your people have shown something remarkable today. You showed that true wisdom isn't about forgetting your past. It's about building on it. Your primitive fishing net just caught some of the most advanced ships in the galaxy." Admiral Zach Seven stepped forward, his blue skin slightly darker with embarrassment. "We were the foolish ones," he admitted. "We were so proud of our advancement that we forgot the value of simple wisdom." The Queen nodded. "That's why, from this day forward, Earth will hold a new position in the Galactic Council. Humans will become our teachers." "Teachers?" Several aliens gasped. "Yes," the Queen said firmly. "Teachers of innovation. Teachers of using old wisdom to solve new problems. And most importantly, teachers of humility." She looked around the chamber. "Sometimes the most advanced thing you can do is remember what it was like to be primitive." Captain Chen finally found her voice. "We're honored, Your Majesty. But what exactly will we be teaching?" The Queen's hologram smiled one last time. "You'll teach them how to think like humans, how to solve problems without always relying on the newest technology, how to be clever, creative, and brave." She paused. "And most importantly, how to be happily foolish enough to try what others think impossible." As the hologram faded, the council chamber was quiet. The humans had come to save a queen, but they had found something more. They had shown the galaxy that sometimes the best way forward is to remember where you came from. The pirates were being released from the energy net, now revealed as the Queen's own elite guards. The advanced aliens were looking at their own ships and wondering if they had forgotten something important in their race for progress. And the humans, they were already planning their first lesson for the council, something about old Earth sayings, starting with one that seemed very appropriate. "Sometimes the foolish ones are the wisest of all." Admiral Zach Seven made one final note in the council record. "Today marks a new chapter in galactic history. Today we learned that wisdom comes in many forms, and the most valuable lessons sometimes come from the most unexpected teachers." The unexpected war had become an unexpected lesson, and somewhere in the vast darkness of space, a galactic queen smiled, knowing that finally, after 1,000 years, she had found what she was looking for. A species that remembered the power of being primitive. 1 week after the Queen's test, strange things started happening on Earth's colony worlds. Ancient cave paintings began to glow. Symbols that looked thousands of years old suddenly appeared in deserts, and in the oceans of Earth's first colony world, New Atlantis, mysterious lights danced under the waves. Captain Sarah Chen stood in the council chamber again, but this time she was showing pictures of these events. The advanced aliens watched with growing interest as she explained. "At first, we thought these were pranks," Sarah said, pointing to a glowing cave painting that showed humans teaching aliens to fish. "But our scientists found something incredible. These marks are over 10,000 years old." Admiral Zach 7 leaned forward, all 4 eyes wide. "Are you suggesting?" "Yes." Sarah nodded. "Someone visited Earth a long time ago. They left messages, hidden in our most primitive art. Messages that only started glowing after we passed the Queen's test." The Queen's hologram appeared, but this time she looked different. Her usual royal robes were replaced by simple clothing that looked exactly like ancient Earth cave paintings. "I have a confession," the Queen said softly. "I visited your world long ago. We found Earth when humans were just beginning to make tools. We saw something special in your people, a unique way of thinking." The chamber filled with gasps. Even Sarah looked shocked. "But instead of interfering with your development," the Queen continued, "we left hidden teachings. Knowledge encoded in your earliest art. Wisdom trapped in your ancient stories. Lessons buried in your primitive tools." She waved her hand, and the chamber filled with holograms of Earth's ancient history. But now everyone could see small details they'd missed before. Cave paintings that showed impossible machines. Stone tools that had perfect mathematical ratios. Ancient maps that somehow knew about distant stars. "Your people thought these were just creative drawings or lucky accidents," the Queen explained. "But they were seeds we planted. Every primitive solution your people discovered was actually unlocking ancient wisdom without knowing it." Sarah looked at her own hands in wonder. "The fishing net trick we used against the pirates was drawn in caves across Earth 10,000 years ago," the Queen finished. "You thought you were remembering old human wisdom, but you were actually using galactic knowledge hidden in your history." But then the Queen revealed something even more surprising. She touched a control panel, and suddenly all the advanced alien ships in the station's dock stopped working. "What's happening?" Admiral Zach 7 asked, panicking as his communication device died. The Queen stood calmly. "I've temporarily disabled all advanced technology in this sector. Now, let's see how well you remember your own primitive roots." Chaos erupted in the chamber. The advanced aliens had forgotten how to do anything without their technology. Some couldn't even remember how to write without their AI assistants. But the humans just smiled and pulled out paper notebooks and pencils. "First lesson," Sarah announced, holding up her primitive pencil. "Sometimes the oldest tools are the most reliable." As the advanced aliens crowded around to watch humans write by hand, make simple machines with basic materials, and solve problems without computers, the Queen revealed her biggest surprise yet. "The messages hidden in Earth's ancient art are actually a key," she said. "A key to understanding the most advanced technology in the universe. But to use this technology, you must first master the primitive ways. Every cave painting that's glowing contains part of the secret." Sarah looked up from teaching an alien how to use a pencil. "So when we thought we were just preserving our history, you were actually protecting the galaxy's greatest secrets," the Queen finished. "Hidden in plain sight, in your most primitive art." A young human scientist raised his hand. "Is that why our ancient monuments all used sacred geometry? Were we unknowingly building galactic formulas?" The Queen smiled. "Your pyramids are actually star maps. Your stone circles are cosmic calculators. Even your oldest pottery has atomic structures carved into their designs. You've been living with advanced science disguised as primitive art for thousands of years." The aliens who had once mocked human primitive ways were now frantically taking notes, with pencils, about Earth's ancient history. Every primitive human tool suddenly looked different to them. Every ancient story seemed to hide deeper meaning. But here's the real test, the Queen announced. I won't reactivate your advanced technology until you learn these basic skills. Every alien race must master humanity's primitive tools before they can access their own advanced ones again. Admiral Zach 7 looked at his dead communication device, then at the simple paper notebook Sarah had given him. How long? He asked nervously. The Queen's hologram started to fade. As long as it takes to understand that true advancement doesn't come from forgetting your roots. It comes from building on them. As the Queen disappeared, Sarah stood up and wrote on a large piece of paper, Lesson 1, How to Make Fire Without Technology. The advanced aliens rushed to gather around her like eager students, while in orbit above them, their mighty starships floated powerless. And somewhere, hidden in humanity's most primitive art, the secrets of the galaxy waited to be rediscovered, one ancient tool at a time. The day Earth's children changed everything started like any other training session. Captain Sarah Chen was teaching alien diplomats how to use simple tools when a small human girl walked into the council chamber, holding a glowing crayon drawing. Ms. Chen, the girl said, tugging at Sarah's uniform, my picture's talking to me. The chamber fell silent. The child held up her drawing, a simple picture of stars and stick figures. But between her crayon lines, ancient symbols were shimmering with a familiar light. Sarah carefully took the drawing. Jenny, when did you draw this? In school today, we were learning about space, and I drew what the stars were telling me. Admiral Zach 7 moved closer, all four eyes focused on the child's artwork. Impossible, he whispered. Those are the same symbols from the cave paintings. The Queen's hologram appeared suddenly, but this time she looked worried. It's happening sooner than we expected. The children are awakening. Across Earth and its colonies, reports started flooding in. Every child under the age of 12 was drawing the same kinds of pictures. Their art showed impossible machines, star maps, and ancient symbols, all hidden within innocent crayon scribbles and finger paintings. The hidden knowledge, the Queen explained. It wasn't just in your ancient art. It's in your DNA. We didn't just leave messages in caves. We coded them into humanity itself. And now, after 10,000 years, the genetic lock is finally opening. As if to prove her point, Jenny walked to the center of the chamber and began drawing on the floor with her crayons. But as she drew, her simple pictures began creating three-dimensional holograms, without any technology. The children, Sarah realized, they're not just drawing pictures. They're remembering. The Queen nodded. Human children are accessing memories we stored in your species' genetic code, memories of how the universe really works. But we never expected them to access it so early. Suddenly, every piece of technology in the chamber, even the simple ones, stopped working. But the children's drawings kept glowing brighter. What's happening? Admiral Zach 7 asked, watching as more human children entered the chamber, all drawing with their crayons. The Queen's hologram flickered. They're rewriting reality. The knowledge hidden in human DNA. It's not just about technology. It's about the basic rules of the universe, and children, with their unlimited imagination, can access it in ways adults can't. Jenny looked up from her drawing. The stars said we've been doing it wrong, she said simply. Spaceships don't need engines. The universe is just a big drawing, and we can draw new paths through it. As if to demonstrate, she drew a line between two stars in her picture, and a real bridge of light appeared in the space outside the station's windows. The Queen's expression was both proud and concerned. This is why we chose humanity. Your species has something none of us have. The ability to see the universe like a child, to imagine impossible things and make them real. But then alarms started blaring. The children's drawings weren't just creating things, they were changing the fundamental laws of physics around the station. The power is too raw, the Queen warned. Adults see limits, boundaries, rules. But children see possibility. And now they have the power to remake reality through their art. Sarah watched as Jenny drew a flower, and it grew through the solid metal floor. Another child drew birds that came alive and flew through the station's walls like they were air. "How do we control this?" Sarah asked urgently. The Queen's hologram started to fade. "We don't. This was always the plan, to return the power of creation to those who could use it best. Children, with their pure imagination, unbound by what adults think is possible." Admiral Zach 7 looked terrified. But they're just drawing with crayons." Jenny smiled at him. "Exactly. Sometimes the simplest tools are the most powerful. That's what the stars told me." As the station floated in space, surrounded by impossible bridges of light and flowers growing in vacuum, Sarah realized the truth. The primitive humans hadn't just been chosen to teach basic tools. They'd been chosen because their children could remember how the universe was first drawn into existence. The Queen's last words echoed through the chamber. "The greatest technology isn't technology at all. It's the power to imagine something new. And no one imagines better than a child with crayons." Jenny walked to a window, looking at her light bridges between the stars. "Don't worry," she said, drawing new constellations with her crayon. "We'll teach the grown-ups how to draw properly too. The universe is just waiting for the right picture." And as human children across the galaxy picked up their crayons and began redrawing reality, the advanced aliens finally understood. They hadn't been watching humanity evolve from primitive beginnings. They'd been watching them remember how to create universes. Sarah picked up a crayon that Jenny offered her. "Well," she said to the stunned aliens, "I guess today's lesson is about art class." The children giggled and continued drawing, each crayon stroke rewriting the laws of physics, each picture revealing more of the universe's true nature. And somewhere, in every strand of human DNA, ancient memories of creation itself waited to be drawn anew by the simple wisdom of children. As Jenny and the other children continued redrawing the universe with their crayons, something unexpected started happening to their artwork. The drawings began to sing. Not just simple sounds, but complex melodies that seemed to come from the colors themselves. Each crayon color produced different notes, and when the children drew together, their pictures created symphonies that could be heard across space. "It's the universe's original language," the Queen's hologram explained, appearing one last time. "Before there were words, before there was light, there was music. And your children are remembering the song that created everything." Sarah watched in amazement as Jenny drew a blue spiral that hummed a deep, peaceful tone. Another child added red stars that chimed like tiny bells. Together, their artwork wasn't just changing reality. It was composing the soundtrack of creation itself. But then something even more extraordinary happened. The aliens who had been watching began to change. As the children's color music filled the station, ancient memories stirred in other species too. Admiral Zach 7's blue skin started to ripple with patterns that matched the children's songs. I remember," he said in wonder. "My species, we were the ones who used to dance the stars into position." Other aliens began experiencing similar awakenings. The crystal-bodied diplomat started resonating with the crayon symphonies, her form creating rainbow refractions that added new instruments to the universal orchestra. The humans weren't the only ones, Sarah realized. Every species had a part in creating the universe. We just forgot. Jenny stopped drawing and looked up at the transformed aliens. "That's why your ships stopped working," she said with a child's simple wisdom. "You were using machines to copy the songs you used to sing yourselves." The children's drawings were now creating a vast musical score across space. Each color note reshaped reality in different ways. Blue tones adjusted gravity. Red notes controlled time. Yellow melodies shaped light. Green songs grew new worlds. Purple harmonies opened doorways between dimensions. Sarah picked up a crayon and tried to draw, but her lines remained silent. "Why can't adults hear the colors?" she asked. A small boy named Tommy answered while drawing orange spirals that smelled like cinnamon and sounded like laughter. "Because grown-ups think too much. You have to feel the colors, not think about them." Admiral Zach 7, his skin now pulsing with musical patterns, understood. Our technology, it was just a poor copy of this. We built machines to do what we used to do naturally. But the biggest surprise came when Jenny drew a simple circle that sang an ancient lullaby. The sound made all the children stop and listen. "That's the song that started everything," Jenny whispered. "The universe's bedtime story." The Queen's final message echoed through the musical artwork. "Now you understand. Technology wasn't advancement. It was a crutch we created when we forgot how to sing creation into being." The human children aren't just remembering humanity's past, they're remembering everyone's past. As if to prove this point, the children began teaching the aliens how to draw musical reality again. They showed crystal beings how to resonate with starlight, taught tentacled species how to weave gravity patterns, helped gas-form aliens remember their ancient weather dances, guided plant-based species in growing musical forests between worlds. Sarah watched as Jenny handed her favorite crayon to Admiral Zach 7. "Draw what your heart remembers," the little girl said, "not what your mind thinks is possible." The Admiral's hand trembled as he drew a simple line. At first, nothing happened. Then, slowly, his line began to hum a soft note, the first song his species had sung when they helped build the galaxies. Tears formed in all four of his eyes. "We weren't meant to pilot ships," he said quietly. "We were meant to dance with solar winds." Across the station, across Earth, across every human colony, children continued drawing their musical reality. But now they were joined by aliens remembering their own songs, their own dances, their own parts in the universal symphony. The crayon drawings grew more complex, more beautiful, as different species added their memories to the cosmic score. Crystalline beings chimed with constellation melodies. Gas-form aliens whispered cosmic wind songs. Plant species grew musical forests that sang photosynthesis. Energy beings pulsed with quantum harmonies. And in the middle of it all, human children with simple crayons conducted the orchestra of existence, helping everyone remember how to sing the universe alive. Tomorrow's lesson, Jenny announced to the chamber full of singing artwork, is about dancing with black holes. They're really just slow songs that got too shy to sing out loud. Sarah looked at her own silent crayon and smiled. Maybe she couldn't hear the colors yet, but watching the universe remember its own music was enough. Sometimes the most advanced civilization isn't the one with the best technology. It's the one that remembers how to sing with the stars. And somewhere, in every crayon color, in every child's drawing, in every alien's awakening memory, the original song of creation played on, waiting for everyone to join in the chorus once again. While the children's musical drawings were reshaping reality, young Jenny made a discovery that changed everything. She noticed that when certain colors sang together, they revealed hidden images in the space between stars, like connecting dots in a cosmic coloring book. "Look," she exclaimed, drawing a purple line that chimed like wind chimes. "The whole universe is just one big drawing, and it's drawing us back." As if responding to her words, the stars themselves began to shift. Their light formed patterns that looked exactly like the children's crayon artwork. But there was something more. These patterns were moving, evolving, creating new drawings on their own. "The universe is alive," Sarah whispered, watching as constellations rearranged themselves into living art. "And it's been trying to draw with us all along." Admiral Zach 7, his skin still rippling with musical patterns, pointed to a nearby galaxy. "Look at how it spirals. It's not random. It's practicing." The children's drawings had awakened something ancient. The universe itself was an artist, and every galaxy, every star, every planet was part of its endless artwork. The cosmos wasn't just a place where things existed. It was a living canvas trying to create the perfect picture. Jenny walked to the station's largest window. and pressed her crayon against it. As she drew, the stars moved with her lines, creating a duet between child and cosmos. "It's lonely," she said simply. "It's been drawing by itself for so long." Then came the biggest surprise. When all the children drew together, their songs combining with the universe's own art, ancient words appeared in the spaces between stars. Not in any human or alien language, but in pure creative energy that everyone somehow understood. The message was simple but profound. "Thank you for learning to draw with me." Sarah watched in amazement as the universe began teaching the children new ways to create. Stars showed them how to blend colors across light years. Black holes demonstrated how to erase mistakes and start fresh. Nebulae taught them about mixing different songs together. Planets revealed the art of spinning new worlds from stardust. But the most incredible revelation came when Jenny asked the universe a simple question: "What are you trying to draw?" The answer appeared as a living mural across the entire cosmos. Every galaxy shifted, every star pulsed, and every planet aligned to show a vast, moving picture. It was a child's drawing, the biggest, most complex one ever made, and it was still incomplete. "It's been trying to draw it itself as a child," Tommy said, understanding instantly, because only children can draw without worrying about making mistakes. The universe, they realized, wasn't just a collection of physical laws and matter. It was an artist trying to remember how to play, how to create freely without fear of getting it wrong. And it had created humans, with their children's unlimited imagination, to help it remember how. Admiral Zach 7 watched as his own species' ancient dances became part of the universal artwork. "We weren't meant to explore the universe," he said in awe. "We were meant to help it draw." The children began teaching the universe new games. They showed it how to play hopscotch with solar systems, taught it to make finger paintings with aurora lights, demonstrated how to build sandcastles with asteroid fields, shared the joy of drawing outside the lines. The universe, in turn, revealed its own games: how to juggle neutron stars, the art of skipping quarks across dimensional pools, ways to braid dark matter into friendship bracelets, methods for playing tag with light waves. But the most beautiful moment came when Jenny showed the universe how to use a simple crayon. As she guided the cosmic forces to draw with her, stars began leaving colorful trails through space. Galaxies started spinning in playful spirals. Black holes learned to draw smiley faces with light. "Look," Sarah said softly, "it's learning to play again." The Queen's prophecy finally made sense. Humanity's primitive ways, their children's simple art, wasn't just about remembering the past. It was about teaching the universe itself how to be young again. As the cosmos continued its joyful drawing session with the children, new forms of creation emerged. Planets learned to trade colors like trading cards. Moons practiced drawing hearts around their worlds. Star clusters played cosmic connect the dots. Solar winds carried playground songs through space. Jenny stood in the center of the chamber, her crayon glowing with universal energy. "Sometimes," she said wisely, "the biggest things just need someone to draw with." And so the universe, oldest of all artists, continued its eternal art class with its youngest teachers, human children with crayons, teaching infinity how to play again, one star at a time. The aliens watched in wonder as their most advanced civilizations were transformed into cosmic playgrounds, where the serious business of existence became the joyful art of creation. And somewhere, in the spaces between moments, the universe smiled, a child's drawing come to life, finally remembering how to have fun. On the day the children discovered they could draw dreams, everything changed again. It started when Jenny fell asleep during one of her cosmic art sessions, her crayon still touching the window. As she dreamed, her crayon kept moving, but instead of drawing on glass, it began drawing in the fabric of reality itself. "Look at the colors," Sarah gasped. Jenny's sleeping artwork was different. It shimmered with impossible shades, colors that had never existed before. And as these new colors spread through space, Everyone who saw them began dreaming while awake. Admiral Zach Seven's 4 eyes widened in recognition. "The first dream," he whispered. "We thought it was just a legend." The Queen's final message had mentioned this. Before the universe learned to draw, it had dreamed itself into existence. And now, through the innocent dreams of a sleeping child, that original power was awakening again. Strange things began happening across the galaxy. Stars started dreaming of being planets. Planets dreamed of growing wings. Black holes dreamed of becoming butterflies. Asteroids dreamed of being ocean waves. But most incredibly, these dreams were becoming real. Reality and imagination merged as Jenny's sleeping artwork unlocked the universe's ability to dream new forms of existence into being. Other children, inspired by Jenny's dream drawing, discovered they could do more. Tommy learned to draw tomorrow's weather. Maria sketched next week's discoveries. Louis painted yesterday's mistakes with better endings. Anna drew doorways into parallel universes' dreams. The aliens watched in wonder as their perfectly ordered cosmos began to dream shift into new forms. But instead of chaos, it created a beautiful harmony of possibilities. Crystal beings found they could dream in liquid forms. Gas aliens discovered solid dream shapes. Energy creatures learned to dream in stillness. Mechanical species experienced organic dreams. Then Jenny woke up, looked at her dream drawing, and said something that changed everything. The universe isn't just alive and drawing. It's dreaming itself awake, and we're all characters in its dream. This revelation led to an even more amazing discovery. When the children combined their artwork with the universe's dreams, they could see the rough drafts of reality. Early versions of physics that didn't work out. Prototype dimensions that never fully formed. Beta test versions of time that ran sideways. Experimental life forms still waiting to be finished. The universe is an artist who dreams its paintings into life, Sarah realized. And sometimes it dreams about dreams themselves. The children began teaching the universe new ways to dream. How to have pillow fights with nebula. Ways to build blanket forts from dark matter. Methods for telling bedtime stories with constellations. Techniques for having cosmic slumber parties. But the biggest surprise came when Jenny drew a door into the universe's dreams and found something unexpected. Sketches for future universes, all waiting to be dreamed into existence. It's not just drawing and dreaming, she explained while coloring a new type of gravity. It's practicing. Each universe is a dream drawing of the next one, getting better every time. The aliens and humans watched as Jenny revealed the truth through her artwork. Our universe was a dream drawing of a better one. Each galaxy was a practice sketch for future creations. Every life form was a beautiful experiment in dreaming. Time itself was just the universe hitting the snooze button. Then something unprecedented happened. The universe started sharing its dreams with everyone. Scientists dreamed of equations that explained love. Engineers dreamed of machines that ran on happiness. Artists dreamed of colors that could heal sadness. Musicians dreamed of songs that could build worlds. But it was the children who understood the most important truth. The universe wasn't just sharing its dreams. It was asking for help imagining better ones. Jenny stood before the council, her crayon now glowing with dream energy, and made an announcement. The universe wants us to help it dream up the next version of everything. But first, we have to learn how to dream together. And so began the great dream drawing lesson, where children taught the universe and its inhabitants how to color outside the lines of possibility, sketch new laws of physics with crayons, paint over mistakes with better dreams, draw doorways between different versions of reality. Admiral Zach 7, now able to dream in colors never before seen, understood at last. "We thought technology was the future," he said, watching his own dreams take shape in space. "But the real future is learning to dream like children again." As the universe continued its eternal art class, now enhanced by the power of shared dreams, Jenny made one final drawing. A simple picture of everyone dreaming together, creating endless new possibilities. And in that moment, reality itself smiled in its sleep, knowing that its next dream would be the most beautiful one yet. The lesson wasn't just about art anymore. It was about dreaming the next universe into existence, one crayon stroke at a time, guided by the unlimited imagination of children who knew that the best dreams are the ones you draw together.